Hello everyone and welcome to today's edition. Got a couple things to talk about today. This is my paper trade account. Still having microphone issues, just haven't had time to try to sort it out. So using my laptop that I have my paper trade account up on. You see I bumped my account up in my paper trade account because I had $6,000 paper money in there, fake money, and I went to do a futures paper trade today and it wouldn't let me because it said I didn't have enough funds. So I bumped it up to 50,000. If you don't know how to do that, I think you need around 15,000 to trade futures in a thinkorswim account. I didn't realize that applied to paper trade also. So you just come into here, adjust account, drop down, change to whatever you want. If you don't want any of those, you can come in and let's just say, let's change it to 49. Let's change it to 42,000. Hit enter, hit apply, and it changed to 42,000. So you change it to whatever you want. So anyway, I made a couple trades in my real account this morning. The first one being NVDA calls. Pull that up and show you what I did, why I did it, and how it turned out. NVDA calls. I got in at 9:39 this morning. Let me do this. Make it a little bit easier to see. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this active trader stuff so make it a lot easier to see. 9:39, which was right here, open of this candle. The reason I got in, we came down, we had a kind of a spinning top here. We had today's open as well as yesterday's high, I believe it was. Yeah, yesterday's high. We broke above both of those, and we were coming up on pre-market high, the daily high right here, and then a pre-market high right here. So we had a little bit of momentum. I thought that we'd be able to pop here real quick. So I bought 3 contracts. I paid 94 cents each. I was planning to add if I had to, if it pulled down. Ended up not getting a chance to add. I sold the first contract a minute later at 9:40, which was probably about here. I think it was actually right before it broke above this, just in case it stumbled there. So I sold one contract there for $1.05. It was about 11%, 12%, something like that. Sold the second one at 9:42, which was the open of this candle, and the reason for that was because we had a fib retracement here. What's this? We had a fib retracement there, and for some reason I got too many fib retracements. Anyway, this isn't the chart I was watching. I was watching the one on my. Let me pull the one up on my computer so I can see better what I was looking at. So at 9:42, we actually had something I used to use called a dynamic hiding pivot point. If you go back to probably about my second video, I talked about it. I actually put the code to it in the comment section, so if you're interested in it. But that was at about 172.04. So try to get rid of this. 172.04, which would have been right about probably this one here. It's funny, it actually lines up with the fib retracement. So anyway, let me do this just to avoid confusion. Get rid of both of those and redo my fib retracement for NVIDIA. Make it something. So yeah, up here, I had the dynamic hiding pivot right about here. So right at the beginning of this candle, I sold my second contract, and then I sold my third one at 9:47, which was right about the close of this candle. I saw we were gonna not really a gravestone doji, but kind of close to it. I didn't like that candle, and I thought the next one might be a bigger red candle. I knew there was a possibility it would come down and bounce here, but just in case it didn't, I wanted to get out. I didn't want to take the chance of it coming all the way back down because my stop was pretty far down here. At that point, I probably would have my stop at break even, which would have been about here. But nonetheless, when you only have 3 contracts and you take a loss on one of them, it hurts. So I figured I'd just get out here. Whatever it did after that, I was fine with. So that was my NVDA trade. Also got in Tesla puts. I wasn't a big fan of this trade, but I followed somebody in. This person's usually spot on. Just happened to not be spot on today on this one. If I would have held it longer, it would have worked. But I wasn't willing to do that. I only bought one contract. It was, I don't want to call it a lotto, but it was kind of a lotto. I got in at 1050 puts right after this candle. Got in. What I was looking for was a break below this. Once it broke below that, I knew it was going to drop at least probably to here, which it did over here. It just didn't do it. I just wrong timing. It popped back up. I sold it at 11:06. So right at the beginning of this candle, I sold it. Just didn't want to take a chance on it running, especially Tesla as fast as it can move. So that was it for my real money trades today. I'm still green. I made enough on NVIDIA that the Tesla loss was minor. And I'll say yesterday wasn't a good day. I'll put that out there now. Yesterday, I tried trading Beyond for the first time, Beyond Meats. It didn't go well. I won't be trading that again. I actually had a problem with my trading platform too, and I called TD Ameritrade about it, thinkorswim help desk. And here's what happened. If you come in here, that's my paper trade account, so we can do this. I don't know if it'll buy or not. If it does, oh well, it's paper trading. Beyond was moving so fast that I went to put my order in at the right about between the bid and ask. It's when you're let me just do it because you might be able to see. I don't know if Beyond will be moving this fast this late in the day, but we had a bid and ask 150 to 120, so we're right about here. And I was actually looking at options, so it wasn't even the stock. But anyway, just to make a long story short, when you go up here, let me put the ES back in there, just because it'll help show what I'm trying to talk about in this anyway. If you put it in up here, this is actually a buy market. It'll actually buy at market at that point. I didn't know that. I put my bid in for the Beyond calls at $1.55. I got filled at $1.85. I put my sell order in at $2 because at that point I knew that this wasn't going to end well. So I put my sell order in for my first contract at $2. I canceled that and lowered it to $1.95, and I happened to look up and it actually had a print at $2.04. So I called thinkorswim. This is real money. They told me that they explained to me about if you put your bid up here above the bid and ask, it turns into a buy market, so it'll buy at whatever. And since there was a large spread on the Beyond calls, it filled me at whatever was available at that point in time, and it ended up being a really bad fill. You figure that was 15% in the hole right off the bat. The bid was $1.55 and I got filled at $1.85. That's actually close to 20%. So I'm already 20% in the hole right off the bat. The 204, they said there were 7 minutes between the time I canceled my $2 order and the time I put my $1.95 in, and that 204 printed in between that. So lesson learned there. But on to futures, which was what I want to talk about today. I believe futures, you'll have to talk to your broker. Some brokers are different. I believe thinkorswim, requires $15,000 in your account to trade futures. When I traded futures, it was with Infinity Futures. I think they required $3,000. So I was using Infinity Futures. I really liked Infinity Futures. If I do get back into trading futures, it will be with Infinity Futures. Really like their platform. It's very simple. I use the thinkorswim charting, but I use the Infinity Futures trading platform to trade futures. The thing about trading futures, there is no settlement period. So when you sell a futures contract, that money is available right now. So you can make as many futures trades as you want a day. If you have, I don't know what the margin requirements are for thinkorswim, but futures are highly leveraged. I don't know the exact numbers. I used to be a little bit more up on this, but I think to buy a ES mini future is around $4,000 to $5,000 for a contract. But through Infinity Futures, you can buy it for, I think it's $500. So let's say you had a $2,000 account, you can buy 4 contracts. I'm not saying I recommend that, but I'm saying that's what you can do. Different brokers are going to have different margin requirements, and you need the margin requirements whether you hold overnight or not. Actually, if you hold overnight, you need a higher margin requirement, and I think I never held futures overnight, not one time. But you need, I think you need something like, I don't know, $6,000 or $7,000, something like that, in your Infinity Futures account to hold overnight. We only need $500 to hold for day trade on it. There is no pattern day trade rule in futures. You can make as many trades as you want a day. There's no settlement period, so as soon as you sell, money's available. Fees are a little bit lower. It's ballpark. It's around $2.50 to $3 per trade. So to buy, and I don't know if that's per contract or if that's flat. Can't answer that for sure. I never really paid that close of attention to it, but it's like $3 in, $3 out, maybe per contract, but I'm not sure. So I made a couple futures, ES mini futures trades this morning. We'll come over here and look. Say I made $425 in futures trades today. 2 trades. I bought 3 contracts at 1033. 1033 was, let's find it. 1033 was right about here. Right about here I shorted it. I can't say bought puts because it's not calls and puts. You're not trading options. I shorted it here. So to short it, I would do join ask. Or you can come down here and click it over here on this side, whichever you want to do. I sold one of them at 1035, another one at 1035 right after that, and another one at 1051. Oops. Yes, okay. I bought them. I didn't sell them. I bought them back. I got to get in the right mindset for this. 1033 I bought back at 1035 and 1051. So 1035, which was the close of this candle, I sold 2 of them, and at 1051, which was 1051 was the open of this candle. I sold the last one. I made, I don't know, $250 or something on that trade. Every tick is $12.50 when you're trading ES. I bought futures at 1109. which was right here. Right at the open of this candle, I bought futures. Bought 2 contracts. Oops. Sold one at 11.12 and one at 11.40. So I sold one right at the close of this candle, and the other one right after this candle opened. You see, I made, I don't know, I sold these at 29, 23.75. I bought them back at 29, 22-ish. Let's go back to the chart here. Every one of these ticks here is $12.50 per contract. So let me scroll over so I can maybe we'll do an entry. Let's sell a couple right here. Let's sell 3 of them right here. Go right there. See if they fill. Okay, they filled. So I got 3 of them. Paper trade. I got 3 of them at 29, 20, 75. I shorted it, so I want these to drop. You'll see right here, this is my profit right now for these 3 contracts. If it moves 1 tick down, I'll be up $37.50 because it's $12.50 per contract. This is what my net for the day on these. It's very similar to trading stock, but you have the leverage of options. And yeah, not working out on this one, but yeah, this wasn't a good setup. I was just doing it just to see, just to show you how they work. If this was a real trade, I certainly wouldn't have got in right there. That wasn't a really good setup. So let's see where it goes. Let's say I want to sell. I would hope to be positive on it so I can set a sell order on the positive side. But anyway, active trader works the same. Works the same with futures as it does with stocks. You see 12.50, 25, 37.50, 50, 62.50, 75, 87, down about $100 per contract right now. So $300. That's pretty much how futures work. You see, they do move pretty quick, so you probably don't want to be trading 3 contracts every time. You see how fast I was up $400 and some. You see how fast it just dropped. You know how fast I lost that money, just this one candle. Partially because I was trading 3 contracts. But it moves fast. You play it the right way, it can move fast in your direction too. But that's it for today. I'm going to make it a quick video. I've been in meetings all day. My throat's sore. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and buy these back at market just so I can get out of the trade. And I'm out of the trade. So that's how futures work. If you're interested, call your broker. Every broker is going to be different. Call them and ask them what the margin requirements are, what's the minimum you need in your account, what are the fees, just all that stuff. I'm sure they'll all be different. I really like Infinity Futures. They're the only ones I've ever traded futures with, but I really like their platform. Call them and see what, if you're happy with what they offer. I'll try to get a demo version of Infinity Futures. They do have a demo version. I think it's good for 30 days per email address. I actually got them to renew it one time for me because I was thinking about getting back in. I'm sure if I contacted them again and told them that I wanted to do a video on it, I'm sure they'd renew it for me, let me do it again for 30 days. But I'll see if I can get a new trial version of that to show you how it actually works on there. But yeah, anybody that's interested in trading futures, I like it. They do move fast. They do move fast, so let me get going here. I got a lot going on, and thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.